this shit talking is top 3 games of the year. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. So, top 3 games of the year. Who wants to go first? McFalls? Do you want to go
I'll go
first?
first. Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Um, I guess I'll count down. I guess my third favorite game this year was Uncharted 4.
Okay.
I It was an early one. I kind of forgot it even came out this year. It was more Uncharted, you know, set pieces, jumping, climbing, shooting, solving puzzles. It was if you love Uncharted, that's what you got. That's what you paid for, and it kind of wrapped everything up in a nice bow. I don't think it's as strong as 2 or 3, but it's definitely better than 1. It was a good game, a lot of
Mm.
fun. Did you guys check it out?
I don't know if it's that good. It was definitely better than that first piece of shit.
Oh God.
I played it. I
funny
completed
about-
it. It's a very good game. I enjoyed that game. Did you play it one, Ryan Joseph?
I have not played it, Luchu Rocket. I have not. I've not played most games this year, actually. So I'm really trying to scratch. I might have only played 3 games that were released.
Well, that is convenient.
That's all right.
Yeah, works for this. So, if you could summarize why you like the game in, like, let's say a sentence, McFalls,
Sense?
what would you use?
I would say it's if you like Uncharted, it's more Uncharted. It's
Selling it.
That's basically it. It's hard to sell, but it's a fun game. It's a good action platformer, but I don't know.
I would say to help you out there.
How do you
The story is. I think they nailed the storytelling in this. I feel like they've kind of gone slightly up and up and up each game, and this is it. They got it.
Yeah.
They passed that kind of uncanny valley kind of shit, and also past the kind of cliched kind of stuff that they might have leaned on before. And now it seems believable. They're kind of focusing on small stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the bit where they sat down on the sofa just eating shitty food and talking. Well, that's...
Oh yeah, I think the story definitely it felt like it had reached its peak, and I think, no spoiler aside, I think it's probably the last Uncharted for foreseeable future. It seemed like it was a nice, cap on the story. It was fun.
Well, I don't want to rain on your parade right now, but there's going to be another one, and it's going to be soon. Did you see the PSX conference? Because I think they
That's right.
Yeah.
I totally blanked. Yeah, the story is it DLC or is it an expansion?
it's some sort of offshoot,
or
right,
standalone?
between 2 characters, but
Yeah,
under
it's,
the Uncharted name. I'm not sure what they're doing. I guess they're trying to do like a Marvel on Netflix kind of thing, where they just elaborate on a bunch of different people's stories. Maybe that seems the way.
Cinematic universe of Uncharted.
Marvel versus Uncharted. Did you say that?
What was the cameraman's name in the second one? I want a game from him.
In Uncharted
Oh, that guy.
2.
Yeah,
I like that guy.
I can't even
I
remember.
like that guy. Too.
Animal. It was Animal.
Oh, what's his
Was it Animal?
Yeah.
As
Animal's
in the
cameraman from
Muppet or the
Godzilla
wrestler?
2000. No, he's not looking for a rush. What a rush!
What a rush.
I don't remember what that camera guy's name was, but yeah, I like that character. He's vulnerable, but he seemed to have like this bravado that is motivated by his journalistic duty to get the footage, mate.
Get the
Yeah,
footage.
Kinda-
I like that character.
It did kind of mean an
Separation.
unfortunate end, though. But who knows? Well,
Oh
To
well.
our benefit. though.
Uncharted
Our
is
benefit.
universe.
He's a martyr for journalism, I guess.
Yeah.
Yo.
So
Marty of
McFalls,
journalism.
he's a martyr of journalism. McFalls, what's the second game on your list?
Second one, I definitely gonna say in Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2 kicked a lot of ass. The level design was so cool. You can play the level play the way you wanted to play. If you wanted to play stealth, you can play, sneak around corners, or you could climb up to the top of the buildings and kind of strike that way.
Mm.
It was definitely an upgrade on the first one, which kind of seemed like you had either the two paths. Either you did it stealth or you didn't, just action packed, kill everything. Best thing I thought about it, they had it was like it was like a chart graph where you could actually see level progression of where where you're trending towards for a good ending or not. So the more you killed, you're heading towards a worse ending. The less you killed, the better ending. The more stealthy you were, the more less chaotic the levels were. So you can kind of see your progression throughout the game, and I thought that was probably one of the coolest stealth kind of games of the year.
So there's there's repercussions to you just fucking shit up throughout the game.
Yeah, if you go and kill everyone in the first level, the second level there's going to be, twice as much security and more bad guys running around. And again, that kind of progresses throughout the rest of the game. So having that chart at the end of each level, you can see where you're heading, and then you can kind of correct your path, do less killing or more killing if you're not doing the right way. Yeah, I thought it was really awesome.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know they actually did that, because normally stealth games, they kind of they don't give a fuck if you don't do it stealthily. They're trying to get you to do it, but then if you just think fuck it and just start shooting people, there's never really that big a kind of comeback on that. There's not a ramification to it.
No, I think Dishonored is one of the first ones that again, each chapter, I guess, has it reacts to how you played the previous chapter and the whole game in general. And I can't recall a game that's quite like that, but it's definitely cool. It's probably I'm not a stealth person kind of gamer. I'm terrible at stealth, but I felt like I really wanted to be good at stealth in this game. And if I screwed up or I killed a guy that I didn't want to kill, I would go reload a new save or reload a previous save, and retry it again. My time spent with it was 13 or 14 hours, but I'm pretty sure I spent about 25 hours going back and forth and redoing spots. I really enjoyed that game. Definitely worth picking up.
Right. I played the first one, but I didn't really get into the first one. I'm not sure why. I couldn't tell you. I just dropped off. Yeah. It might be one of those games that came out amongst a bunch of other games, and I just kind of lost my way a bit. But
it was a November release, right? So there was probably a mountain full of games at that time as well.
Yeah, it's normally the way. Okay, so big number one, big boy number.
Big number one.
What's this going to be?
Might be a bit of recency bias right now, but it's currently it's definitely Final Fantasy 15 for me. The game is just phenomenal.
It is.
I probably won't touch on it too much because I'm pretty sure we'll talk on it some more, because for sure it's one of our all favorite games, isn't it? I'm not gonna
no spoilers, but it's definitely on my list. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I'm in love with that game. It's peaceful, it's fun, it's pretty, it runs incredible. I almost feel bad for not having a PS4 Pro and kind of giving underwhelming results. It feels like it's so pretty it could be more. I don't know. It's definitely my favorite game this year so far.
I won't say too much since it's on my list, but what you mentioned about the PS4 Pro, it does actually look better. Surprisingly enough, I wasn't too convinced. Pro? I have one, yeah. I'm not sure why, or at least I wasn't convinced until I played this, and then realized, this can actually do something that my old PlayStation couldn't do. So this it does actually look better. You put on the HD mode and everything. I mean, I don't even have a fancy TV or anything, and it still looks good. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're one of those CRTs.
Yeah, I'm still on the cathode. What is it? Cathode ray tube. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, the one that you have to get up and press the buttons on. I can't actually do it from a remote control. But yeah, looks real good on that. Yeah, my little dial that I have to turn.
Put on channel 3.
Yeah,
got to turn me on.
The game TV.
The game.
Your knob's missing, mate. Me fucking knob is gone.
Grandma, where's me knob? Yeah, happens a lot.
Grandmom.
Grandmama.
Me mum.
All right, that's a
boy.
good number one, McFools. Good number one. I'm curious, Ryan, what these three games, the only three games you played this year, what they are.
All right, well, I mean, I did play more games, but as far as like I'm catching up from before, I didn't really feel like there was too many games this year worth investing in that had my interest. I mean, you take a game like the last big game I really just devoured was Metal Gear 5, which came out last September, right? Something like that. And I was playing that well into this year.
Okay.
From there, I went into like I'll just skip the story, anyways. I mean, the games I played this year. I guess the newest one is Rise of the Tomb Raider, which that's gonna go on my list because I like the game, and of the three games I've played, is one of them. I like it. It's did any of you play the reboot Tomb Raider?
I played the first one. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Make any Mac calls?
Yeah. Yep. I definitely checked that one out. It was fun.
Yeah, I like that game, and this was more of that, but I don't know. I mean, it's less. There's something about this story is less engaging than an Uncharted, even though it's largely the same, kind of the same game with a little bit more exploration. It doesn't engage me the same. I think I like the notion of rebooting Tomb Raider in general. But some of the appeal was lost on after the first one. Like, it's just, I don't know. Now it's just another like that. There's nothing really happening in it.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's on the list.
Number
Another
3
game I played, I guess, is Ark is another one.
Oh.
Which, I gotta be honest with you guys, it's okay. It's kind of fun if you're playing with people. If you're just picking this game up to get into it, if you're anything like myself, I'm playing mostly by myself.
Is this on PlayStation 4?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It's on, I had
out.
the Steam one as well, like last year, but it just came out on PS4. It's much more stable for me on PS4 than it was on computer. But on computer, I sound like a
computer.
1995.
On your personal computer.
On my Windows 95 desktop.
The PC edition is working quite well for me, actually. I don't know, but I see this game, and it seems more of like a community-based thing, which is perfectly fine. And I see a lot of people on YouTube, like, collaborating. Like, oh, we're playing this. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say about it, but I will say it seems like a big investment of time and a lot of coordinating with people to get, to get the full social experience that I'm sure is intended with this game. And I'm not that kind of gamer, so that's on the list, but it's by default. What else did I play this year? I guess, Final Fantasy 15 is, I don't even think it's that great of a game, but I really enjoy the experience. I think the experience is that good. But the game itself it's kind of shallow as far as what it's offering, but the things that really get me is the character and the sense of interaction. Like it feels, I don't want to say it feels real, but it sort of it fills a void that I have. If I'm not talking to anybody, I'll play that game just to hear people talking to each other, the characters interacting, even though I've heard the sound bite 17 times in the past hour. It's nice to hear.
Where'd you learn that one, Noct? You must have heard that about 15,000 times.
That's it.
I found a new recipe. Yeah, fucking the same shit over and over and over again.
Ignis, yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of criticism about the game, and I don't give a fuck about it. But I like the game. There's something, I don't know. There's something that is just almost therapeutic, comforting. It really does feel like a fantasy world. It feels like a world. And it feels like an escape, and that was lost on Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 14, which was online. It didn't have that sense of escapism that 15 has offered me. So those are my three games, yeah.
Good list. It's a good list.
That's a good
It's
list.
an unfortunate list, but I'll take it.
And Final Fantasy, just to clarify, is number 1. Is that right?
It's number one.
And number 1. Okay, good. Good. All right, I guess I should do my games then. So third place is a game that came out last year, much like yourself. I've been playing this since last November. It's a game that no one really paid much attention to. It's called Rainbow Six Siege. You guys heard of it?
Oh yeah.
I've heard a bit when I seen that you were playing it today.
Oh,
That's the first time. I think I remember seeing the trailers for it, and maybe I played the beta demo, but I didn't. Like I completely forgot about it because I was intrigued at first, but I never got around to it.
It's one of those games that kind of it started off real rough. Like people were just throwing fucking shit at it from left, right, and center. Just nobody wanted to give it any dues because it was a game that you paid for, but then you kind of had to unlock characters as you went or pay for them. So you're basically double paying in some instances. But they kind of got rid of that and then focused on just letting you actually get the characters without having to do that. And worked on making the game work, which is good. Because the game, when you first played it, you were waiting about 10-15 minutes to be connected to a game. Which, I don't know about you guys, but ain't nobody got fucking time for that, you know? So I'm not going to sit there for 15 minutes waiting for a game. They worked on their servers. They worked on all the different bugs and glitches and stuff like that. And a year on, it's just gained more and more traction. And the thing that I like about it is the fact that it's exclusively tactical. So like Call of Duty is you throw yourself in, die a bunch of times, kill a bunch of times, 10 minutes, it's over. This you have to... have you guys played Counter-Strike? You must have done, right?
A while ago. But a long time ago, yeah.
Long time ago.
It's that kind of...
We're reaching way back.
Like, yeah. I'm in the same boat. I was playing that when I was like 13, 14 years old. But in the same kind of vein, it's rounds based on no respawn. So you kind of have to plot out your moves very carefully and know what you're doing. And because each kind of stage has kind of destructible environments and stuff like that, you can basically approach maps in like thousands of different ways. So there's no one way to do things, which is probably one of the reasons that it kind of has found an audience. Is because you can approach like a situation any number of ways. And because there's so many different people to pick from, you can use these people in different ways as well. So you've got some guys that can blow up like reinforced walls. You've got people who can blow up walls from a very far distance. You've got people who can throw up cameras and spy on people. All sorts of like just cool shit. It's a very cool game. And if you can find people to play with, it's pretty decent. So that's my...
Sounds like an RPG almost.
It's kind of... it's kind of like, Overwatch games like that, what they call hero games or hero shooters or whatever. It's almost in that vein where you pick a certain kind of character, but characters fit situations. So you wouldn't send a guy into a hostage situation whose primary thing was that he could throw a bunch of grenades into the room, you know, because he's gonna fucking murder the hostage. You need to throw in someone who's more of a reconnaissance kind of person, espionage, that kind of thing. So each thing has its own... I like
the idea that there's no respawning, because I hate seeing in Battlefield the spawn area where everyone is coming to life, and they're all just sprinting towards like immediate death without any sort of
they're in limbo. Yeah.
That's cool. That adds goes back to the DayZ thing. That adds a whole depth, a psychology to the gameplay.
Absolutely, yeah. It's preservation, the science of preservation that you've got to focus on in that game. But that's my number 3, old game. Number 2, this is a tough one, I guess, because I've been playing quite a lot of old games this year. But number 2, I guess, Titanfall 2 would be my main kind of shooter game that I've been playing just casually, you know. That's it's a fun game. Like, just bottom line, it's fun. You've got like the Call of Duty kind of mechanics, but in a situation in a kind of map or setting that's more entertaining than a Call of Duty setting. Because you've got your mechs and shit like that. You can do all these weird kind of double, triple jumps. You've got a little grappling hook that you can use. Got all these kind of invisible kind of stims and stuff like that. Like, it's a fun game. It is a fun game. I've not played the campaign, but I've heard that it's good. So I would recommend, if you don't like Call of Duty and you want to give something a shot, that's good. Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2. And
Stamp of approval.
Number one is Final Fantasy 7. No, it's Final Fantasy 15. Much like you guys.
Unanimous.
That's triple fucking number one spots. That is.
SLB's number one game
That's
of
a
the year.
three-peat, that is, as Lil Wayne would say. Like, it's just such a good game. What you said about it being relaxing is absolutely true. Because I mean, I finished the game, and I'm still playing it. Like, I'm still going in to try and like just do bounties, do little missions that I've missed. Because my aim with this is to platinum it at some point, and that's gonna take some work. But I'm willing to put in that effort because I enjoy playing the game.
Triple platinum. And they're going to be releasing DLC for it, extra missions and a multiplayer component, which will
I'm
be
interested.
interesting.
I'm wondering how they're going to pull that off. I'm assuming it's going to be dungeon based, so like you and some friends just go into like a scenario and finish that off. That's probably what it's going to be.
Dunny.
Be pretty cool.
Dunny.
Getting that dungeon going. But unlike you, Ryan, I had the opposite feeling. The characters kind of annoyed me to a point, but I liked the gameplay. So for me, it was like I wish they would stop saying the same things over and over again, and maybe record some new shit, and just let me get on with the missions that I'm doing and stuff
Back
like
in
that.
that motherfucking studio, Ignis.
Yeah, exactly.
Punk ass motherfucker.
It's that aside, it's a fun game. And I enjoyed it. Did you like the story, by the way? Did you guys enjoy the story? Have you finished it, either of you?
I'm chapter 8. I'm just got chapter 8.
Okay.
Story. I enjoyed the story so far. There's some parts that are kind of coming at the seams a little bit. I don't know. This is kind of a spoiler. I don't want to. But there's a part where Gladio just kind of leaves.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
kind of storms off, and then he just comes
I'm
back.
only on
to the next
chapter 6.
It's actually not important that he goes and comes back.
No, it
No.
it's so much more impactful if they did
just
something
happens.
else there, but it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, see ya.
It is kind of
Come back,
random.
or-
They
see
do
ya.
that. They do that a few times. They kind of they take people away, and I've heard that they've done it to make you miss the characters, which is kind of a weird way to engineer feelings about the characters. Like what you could have
I'm
done.
sad about Gladius leaving though, because he's or Gladio, right? Gladio, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a heavy hitter, man. You need that guy.
Oh,
He
no,
is.
he's important to the team.
Ignis and that other punk ass motherfucker, Chris Brown, they're always taking my potions.
Oh, Prompto can fucking eat a grave, is what he can do.
Eating all these potions
Oh.
on me, man.
I can't deal with
You
Prompto.
costing me a fortune, Ignis and Prompto. You're costing me a fortune in potions. You're a bunch of freeloaders.
The thing about Prompto is like he has these little moments where he like talks about being an outsider and feeling really shitty about it, and the reason for that you eventually find out is no spoilers, but it's not entirely gratifying. So once you get to that, you might feel my extra annoyance on top of the already,
What?
as you mentioned, Chris
he's gay?
Brownish annoyance. Oh, it's way less exciting than that. Trust me.
Oh.
Trust me.
Oh, is that the motel scene?
The motel scene. Well, the one where they're sat
he's emo and
outside
shit?
and he's
Yeah.
talking about himself. Yeah, he's
Is
feeling
that-
himself in the wrong way. Yeah.
I know. In the anime, he was a short little fat kid that worked hard to be Noctis' friends. Did you
In
guys see the
anime?
anime?
That's kind of cool.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I haven't
Kingsglaive?
watched it yet.
Not Kingsglaive. The Brotherhood. It's on it's on YouTube.
Oh,
5
No.
episodes of It's supposed to give a backstory to all the characters and how they met Noctis or how they're close to Noctis.
So he was a
And-
chubby little bitch, and then he.
Yeah,
Kind
he worked out every day just to be Noctis' friend.
of, that's sad.
Needs them gains.
Yeah.
Needs
Well,
them
light-
gains.
little
Needs
light
the
in the
Chris
loafers.
Pratt. Get on that Chris Pratt diet. He can work it. It's fine. So okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's. I'm surprised that we've all come to the same number one. I wasn't expecting. That.
Really? But yeah,
Yeah.
this is such a good game. Like I don't know. It's not. I don't know what it is. Maybe this year kind of lacked in good games. Did it?
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It just,
I played.
there was a lot.
Yeah, I
think
played a
there's
lot of games this year.
Really,
Maybe that's what
good
it is.
games. Not
Yeah.
not like a great game this year.
It's
but
like
a
there was
lot
an
of really,
absence
really good
of big blockbuster titles. It feels like.
I mean,
Or
one
is that just me?
one game I've regrettably not played is Doom. I hear so many people
Yeah.
talk that up,
Oh yes.
and I wish
Oh,
I had.
yes.
Oh yes,
Oh.
the Doom.
Another game
Yeah.
I played. No Man's Sky. I played it the first day I got it, and then I didn't. Fucking Ray-hoo. I don't think I'll be going back to that game, even with their little DLC expansions.
Yeah, that's,
Don't make it a game like Minecraft, like a shittier Minecraft, because I'll just play Minecraft.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't care if you're just changing your color palette. I'll just pop on my menu option there and scroll through the hue until I get the color of the world I want. And, oh, it's a new planet. Fuck you. $80 piece of shit. Fuck.
we could talk for another kind of 40 minutes about what is wrong with No Man's Sky, but
Wait,
I'm just
you
gonna
played
say
that one?
I'm right there with you. It's yeah, it was a disappointment. Definitely.
You're
you
smarter than me, man. What are you doing playing that?
You saw the seams. That's the thing. I bought into the hype like everybody else. I'm a sucker. I'm a fucking sucker, just like everybody else is. We all paid the piper and got fucked in the ass on that one, didn't we? So
Fuck the pipe.
that's how that goes. But all right, so we're gonna move on. That's our gaming topic. That's our official 3. If any publishers want to get in touch with us, put that on their covers and shit. We'll tell you to fuck off. So this next